Okay, welcome everyone. My name is John Boatner. I am with the sales and marketing team for your Yanolja Cloud solution here in the USA. And today our webinar is about enhancing guest experiences through modern technology. Joining me is Jessica Dion from RemoteLock, and together we're going to we're going to introduce you to our companies and explain why we're partnering, or at least tell you about each other and how we are going to enhance the services we provide to you. So to get started, let's talk about features to enhance guest experience. A little bit about Yanolja. We are one of the very few companies to offer global hospitality tech solutions. We are truly a global entity. Yanolja Group is out of South Korea. And Yanolja Cloud Solution, who I work over this webinar is from specifically, is out of Surat, India. And of course, I'm here in the USA. We empower small to mid-sized hospitality businesses with the latest cutting edge and affordable technology solutions. Yanolja is backed by, they're considered a unicorn in South Korea, and it has a stronghold in R&D. We develop technology solutions that are perfectly suitable for all types of sizes and properties, so not just the small guys, but also the big guys. And we offer 24/7 live support, training, knowledge bases, lots of videos, so very comprehensive when it comes to how to use our products. Just some key technologies, transforming guest experiences in this year in 2025. Of course, mobile check-in, check-out, which allows guests to manage that part of the stay if they don't want to come in the lobby. Contactless payments using their phone or the internet to take care of that part. Guest feedback systems and guest communication tools such as SMS or WhatsApp. Just to have it said, we consider technology the way of the future when it comes to hospitality. Hospitality historically is slow to adapt, but Yanolja is, I think, leading the way on changing that worldwide. Guest engagement CRMs, housekeeping, cleaning and maintenance tracking, of course, reservation front desk, mobile and contactless operations, and of course, last but not least, reporting and accounting. Just a brief look at our guest portal. This is if you were the guest, booked your room online. These are just a quick snapshot of what the options look like. Our feedback system includes Easy Critique, which is one of our tools that allows you to manage your online presence, the reviews that you get, tracking responses, guest understanding, improve service quality. And again, as I mentioned earlier, SMS text automation, you can use that to communicate with your guest. We do have that built into our PMS, which is called Easy Absolute. Contactless payments. Just going to go through these real quickly and get to where we're at today, door lock key card systems. This is a screen of Absolute showing you what that looks like. Generating key cards, extending key cards, that kind of thing. Going back to this real quick. So the integration we're talking about today, guest lock, this is what, example, if you were to use it, you have the same kind of control that you normally do for your current system, except using an advanced product like guest locks. Briefly, our solutions, of course, our Absolute PMS, which is online, cloud-based, no relying upon, keeping the software on your computer. It's just open the internet browser and get to work. Centrix is our hotel channel manager. And for those that don't know, it's how you would connect to Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, that kind of thing, and manage your online reservations and rates inventory. There's also Easy Reservation, which is our booking engine. So if you're looking to maybe move away from the OTAs and focus more on commission-free revenue, that would be the way to go. We do offer websites, Panorama, and we do have restaurant software online, and is also cloud-based. Easy Optimus is that. It's Easy Mint, which is our automated dynamic pricing software. Hopefully, you guys will ask me more after the, the presentation about that. We also have our own payment system called Easy Pay, but currently that is more the international side instead of here in the States. Although we do have our own solution for that, which is Fortis. Briefly, how do we stand apart? So end-to-end integrated technologies is a real important thing. We all of our solutions talk to each other. You don't have to worry about integration with somebody else's stuff, even though here we are talking about guest lock. That's even guest lock be more of just a fully integrated option once it's in place. We've got 17 years experience with R&D. We offer 24/7 customer support in 170 different countries around the world. And our major backers are, of course, again, Booking.com, Expedia, Agoda, Airbnb, Trip Connect, and Google Hotel Ads. Here's some our industry recognitions. We are PCI DSS certified. Yeah, so this is the part where I hand it off to Jessica, and she's going to tell you a bit more about RemoteLock.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was a really great overview. I definitely learned more than I already knew. Just so RemoteLock, our integration is with specifically, well, I guess I should introduce myself first. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm the partner account manager here at RemoteLock. So I help onboard new software integrations and then, manage the relationship after they're certified. So I did help onboard the Easy Absolute integration. I believe it was certified around the end of June of 2024. So yeah, glad to be here today for sure. So who is RemoteLock? That's a really good question. So RemoteLock, we are an advanced access control software that improves property management efficiencies across a couple of industries: vacation rental, multifamily, and commercial at this time. So RemoteLock is a software company that's hardware agnostic. So what does that really mean? So RemoteLock integrates with hundreds of industry-leading smart lock brands and wired access hardware. And then we also integrate seamlessly with, other business tools that you have in your property management tech stack. For example, here we integrate with Yanolja Cloud Solutions Easy Absolute. These integrations help property managers enable, control, and automate access and climate, which, stay tuned, we'll get there in a minute, across your portfolio, regardless of the type of door, the type of lock, or even the credential type. So that may have sounded like a lot, but ultimately there's a big emphasis on choice and flexibility when it comes to how you manage access to your properties. And also more about RemoteLock. We've been in the access control business for nearly 15 years, and we're managing access in over 75 countries. And that number is hopefully continuing to grow. Next slide, please, John.
Absolutely.
Great. So how does one actually start improving the guest experience? I'm going to say it right here. It's through simplifying access. And how does one start to simplify access? First things first, you're going to want to get rid of all of those physical keys and the lock boxes scattered all around your property and replace all of them with smart locks. Okay. This truly is, I'm going to say this is a must. This is going to eliminate, security issues with copied keys and those timely and costly, tasks like a key handoff or a key replacement. Plus, not to mention, it is 2025, technology is everywhere, and your guests are expecting a more tech forward experience these days. So why not use that at your property? So how does this integration really work? If you're going to listen to one part of this whole webinar, focus in right here. This is really the meat and potato of the integration here. So when you integrate your RemoteLock account with your Easy Absolute account, any booking or reservation in Easy Absolute will automatically populate in the back end of RemoteLock, where we're going to automatically generate a time-bound, self-expiring access code. And that's going to be based on the parameters of the reservation. So no manual steps are needed. We're going to generate that code. We'll make sure it gets back to Easy Absolute so you can message it to the guest, however you want to do that. And then we'll also make sure that it gets to the actual lock itself, the hardware. So this is all happening in the background. We're streamlining and simplifying the check-in process. And you as the property manager have time back in your day to, focus on other aspects of your business. And not to mention, you can even do this from your couch, from the beach, from across the world. It's all at the tip of your fingertips. Not to mention, it's not only just good for your guests, maintenance staff and, housekeepers, or truly really anyone and everyone that needs access to the property is able to get access. You can grant them time-bound access, and you're getting rid of that tedious back and forth, the messaging with your maintenance team, the calls with your staff, or your mom wants to go see the property, you name it. It's all happening at your fingertips. So on the note of hardware, I see we're on the right slide here. So we have an exciting announcement. It doesn't just stop at the door. RemoteLock actually just announced an integration with Residio leak detectors, as well as an enhanced integration with Honeywell thermostat. So this is going to allow you to monitor water leaks and adjust the thermostat at your properties, all from that same RemoteLock dashboard where you manage all of your locks. And with that, there's so much flexibility and control across your portfolio when it comes to hardware. Because with all of our, integrations, and especially, this integration with Easy Absolute, they've developed it to support all devices that RemoteLock supports. So with that, you're not limited to a single brand of device or a single type of device. Since we do integrate with all those industry-leading manufacturers, you can leverage a combination of devices. Something we say here, it sounds super cheesy, but not all doors are created equal and not all locks are the same. I laugh when I say that, but it's true. It's really important to be able to mix and match, and have the freedom to really choose what works best for you, your property, your use case. Yeah, and that flexibility isn't only for hardware, it's also for the connectivity, whether you have Wi-Fi on your property, or you have a wired access control system, or you're using a Z-Wave credential, or you even don't have any Wi-Fi. We can also work with that. We have a credential, it's called our ReadyPin credential. So you can also manage devices in areas that don't have Wi-Fi connection. So it's really about you, connecting all of your properties the way that you need to do it. And just one more thing to keep in mind, it really doesn't even just stop at that front door. Since we have so much flexibility around the type of hardware, you can manage really any access point. So don't forget about your elevators, your garage doors, your shared amenity spaces, like a pool, a gym, or like a technology closet that you want to keep locked down and secure. If it's an access point, there is a combination of hardware and software that you can use to manage all of this from, the one dashboard. And then just one more slide here, if you don't mind moving forward. Perfect. So just to hit an emphasis on, why it's really important to actually have an access control software to your, existing property management software. I'm sure you guys have all seen it yourselves, the vacation rental or, all of the tech stacks, the multifamily, all of the tech stacks across from property managers have evolved immensely over the last 3 to 5 years. There's so many technologies out there, as I'm sure you all know. So, rather than having a million tabs open or a million softwares on different screens to juggle, it's really all about having these deep integrations. We're streamlining the processes, we're eliminating that swivel chair. It's about you, um, you know, controlling access to your property from one dashboard from anywhere in the world.
That's great.
And oh, actually, I think there is one more slide, just a screenshot of our dashboard.
Sure.
Please reach out and we can, we'll give you like a tailored demo. I know that we have a slide here with some ways to reach out, but this is just a screenshot of our dashboard. As you can see, if you can see, it might be a little small, but there's devices on here from hardware of like the locks, and you also see a thermostat,
Mhm.
everything in one place. So please, one of our account executives can give you a tailored demo.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as the screen here implies, we're going to roast some marshmallows. Actually,
Yes.
also have a conversation about our just a brief little fireside chat, a couple questions, things that we think are important. Uh, Jessica, I'd like you to start if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. So John, what would you say that really sets Yanolja Cloud solution apart from, the all of the other softwares out there?
Yeah, end-to-end solution is a big one. Our R&D, what we bring to the table, is a big part of that as well. When I say end-to-end solution, again, earlier, having all of our products across your hotel, your restaurant, mobile apps, all coming from the same place, which means when you call for support, you're calling in one place, including for guest lock or remote lock. If we were to call us, we would assist you there first, and if we decided we couldn't help with that, then we would get them involved. If that's what your call was about. So that's, I think, a big part of what we bring is that so many providers out there, they have a lot of separation in their products, but not yet also. Also, we really like technology. We like cutting edge technology. So with us, you can always rest assured that we have something in the pipeline. There's something coming next. Yeah, that's like AI, of course, big
Hmm.
one, automation and the products, that kind of thing. We we don't rely so heavy on it that we don't still support like on premise and that kind of thing, but that's the future for us. Guest data, big deal for us. To be able to store it, give you access to it at will. So yeah, that's some big takeaways there. And what about yourself? What do you think remote lock? How does that stand out from others?
Yeah. I would definitely say the number one is definitely the flexibility. The fact that we integrate with all of, the industry leading smart lock brands and the business tools that customers are already using or plan to use. Just having that choice and flexibility when it comes to what you want to do for your property is a big thing that sets us apart from other access control providers. Um, I would also say the scalability, being able to scale, having a solution that you can grow with is key. Um, you know, Whether you have one property or one single door to begin with, uh, eventually maybe you want to add your garage or even take on 12 more properties, you name it. You want to have a solution that can scale with you, and Remote Lock can definitely do that. Um, and I'd also say the reliability, just the fact that we have had, 10 plus years of experience in access control. I'd say we're the access control experts, and yeah, we're here to help.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great. What do you think? You have one more
Um,
for me?
yeah, I have another question. Yeah. What would you say? So yeah, I mean, we're focused here on guest experience. What would you say are top three or just top strategies that operators can implement right away to enhance that guest experience?
Yeah, good question. Thank you for asking that. Well, of course, as I mentioned, we have a guest portal and that allows for mobile check-ins, guests to be able to manage their stays, for example, like extending their stay, communicating with the hotel. So it's much more guest centric than it used to be. And so we are relying on technology. So once you implement that, that's one of the things you'll want to go for first. That way you're right away providing a new benefit for your guests. Of course, door lock integration, digital keys, that right away. They'll need to reach out to Jessica and her team to get that integrated. Um, and also reservation portals as well. Other thing is the mobile app experience. So many people on their phones these days, tablets, and really at this point, you can just show up at your door, bypass the lobby, um, including uploading images of yourself or ID verification, and go and get into your room without having to deal with the whole second. Yeah, I would think those are some of the things immediately to start working on for your guests.
Yeah.
And yourself, what do you think?
Great question. I sorry to sound repetitive. I definitely said all of this,
Yeah, I
but
think yeah, that's okay.
I just to do a very high level recap, it really starts with getting rid of those physical keys and the lock boxes. Um, like I said, your guest expects a tech forward experience. So give it to them.
Yeah,
Yeah, just automating that access right off the bat is really going to improve the guest experience. And when you do automate the access, you could even provide it as, it could be a completely contactless experience, depending on the nature of the property. Um, the guests can just show right up, have their credential, get where they need to go, and boom, you just made another guest happy.
okay. That's what it's about.
That's my recap. See, we have a
Well,
few questions in the chat.
yeah, let's move on and let's see here. Um,
I can answer that first one. Here,
sure.
I will answer live, and I think that now you guys can see it. So Corey Morrison said, "What is the per lock monthly subscription fee? Is this integration an add-on to Easy Absolute that is paid through Easy, or would you be establishing a separate account with Remote Lock?" Good question. So you didn't miss this in the beginning. We didn't say any pricing. So this is going to be a separate account. So you're going to still have your, Easy Absolute account through Wise Yanolja Cloud Solution, and you're going to have your Remote Lock account through Remote Lock. And then on the back end, you're going to make the connection. I know that that sounds like, it's just another technology in your tech stack. But once you set up the remote lock dashboard and everything, once you put all your locks in there and you make the connection to Easy Absolute, you really don't have to go into remote lock too often at all. We do have some reporting capabilities and like admin additional, some data that you may want to see in there, but once it's connected, you really don't need to go back and forth between the two systems. Um, and with that, you said pricing. It varies. It definitely varies on what you need, but the software starts at $6 per device per month, depending on how many devices you have, or again, what your property looks like. It can either go up or down from there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
We had a follow-up question there. Actually, it's commentary. It's like Remote Lock is an amazing product with excellent support, both from providers such as YCS, as well as direct assistance to property when there are complications. That's great. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate that.
Thank you,
So you're
Corey.
coming from experience. That's great. Um,
We really appreciate that shout out. Thanks for
yeah,
being a customer.
Jessica, looks like the next one's gonna be for you as well from
Yeah.
Anonymous.
Yeah. After sales support and service for its customers from Remote Lock. Good question. We have a few different ways of how a customer can even get set up with Remote Lock. So I know you said after sales, but I'll get into that. So we do have where you can go online and just sign up yourselves. Like if you already know what you need, what hardware and everything that you need, you can always just go on and sign up yourself. And then we do have a support workflow that you can get in touch with if you need support at remotelock.com. Or we have like a Stonely workflow that will actually be within your Remote Lock dashboard. Um, if you do not sign up yourselves, though, you could, or honestly preferred, and this will be on the next slide, reach out to partner sales at remotelock.com, say who you are and that you want to be using the Easy Absolute and Remote Lock integration. I will 9 times out of 10 be the one responding on that, and I'll introduce you to someone on our sales team to work with you directly, and then from there they'll get you all set up and then make sure that you have all the right contacts for after sales support and service as needed. Maybe you need a professional service offering or whatnot. On that note, though, also, I guess this could be a good time to throw this in here. It doesn't matter where you get the hardware from. Like, we do sell hardware and you can purchase through us. We have a shop site, but as long as it's a device that integrates with Remote Lock, you can buy it from Amazon, Home Depot, you name it. So sometimes hardware support is directly with the manufacturer, but Remote Lock software support, you can reach out directly to support at remotelock.com.
Perfect. I think you answered Corey's next question here about who to reach out to first. He said he's used Remote Lock through another PMS, which established the connection itself. So he's asking, where do you start? Do you go to us first or to you guys first? And I think
Good
that answer is to
question.
you. I think it sounds
Well,
like in
yeah,
the
so if you already have a Remote Lock account, you now, and do you already have an Easy Absolute account? I'm
yes,
asking as if
Corey
you
does.
can just answer me live. Okay, well then,
Yeah, great
great.
answer for
Honestly, then you probably already have all the tools. The connection between Easy Absolute and Remote Lock is initiated through Easy Absolute. John touched on the screenshot of the page where you would make the connection. So,
him.
honestly, I think you're at the stage where you might want to work now directly with Easy Absolute. And if you guys have any questions with making the connection, reach out to us at Remote Lock.
Yeah, I agree with that, Corey. Just reach out to the support team or send an email, let them know what you want to do, and we'll provide next steps or start working in the background. Okay, so next question here is from Brinkesh. Does Remote Lock also have a mobile app like Absolute? And can I lock and unlock specific rooms or an access point using my cell phone?
Great question. We do have a mobile app. It's recently actually been updated, so it's even new and improved. So yes, we do have a mobile app, and you can lock and unlock a specific room or access point by doing like a network unlock, where it's like you click a button and it ultimately gives a temporary unlock to the device.
Perfect. Next question here from Anonymous. What does redundancy look like during ISP or power outages? Can services still be rendered? Good question. So to start from the Yanolja side, from the absolute PMS, if you're having an outage with your ISP, then you want to move to your mobile phone, first of all. Make sure you have a mobile app to continue managing your property. And basically, it's the internet. And if it goes down, then you won't have access to any cloud-based tool. So your redundancy might look like a second internet line for your property or using mobile cell service like a hotspot. Nothing that we have built in that would allow you to connect in a different way, fortunately. Jessica, is that about the same for you guys?
So yeah, if the power goes out, there's usually concerns around, how does the guest still get
The
in
lock.
through the
Yeah.
lock? If the
Hmm.
lock was connected at any point to the internet when the code was generated, even if the power goes out, the code will still be on the lock. So access
It's
is
stored
still
into.
available. And
Yeah.
then, when it spins back up, it'll just be as normal as usual.
Gotcha. I hope that answered your question, Mr. Anonymous or Mrs. Anonymous.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely reach out if it didn't though. We can talk
yeah.
offline.
How much time would it take for integration? Typical process from our side, I think, is about 48 hours for integration for most products, and I don't think remote lock's any different. It can take longer depending on the provider, but with remote lock, as I understand it, it's pretty quick. You guys are pretty on the ball.
Well, just to confirm, is this question around how long does it take to connect the two systems?
Right.
Because that takes 3 seconds. It's like a click to connect. So it's truly, you're gonna initiate it through Easy Absolute. You'll be redirected to put in your remote lock account username and password. And then from there, you'll be able to map all your devices. It's very, very straightforward and quick and easy.
Sounds like connecting to a channel like an OTA kind of thing, which is typically same day, same call kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But of course, you'll want to have an account first, so that could be the start of the integration process, is making sure you have your account set up and that you know what the next steps are. And what about you guys support? Next question is it 24/7 like ours, or is it, business hours? What are we talking about?
That's a good question. We do have business hours, 9 to 5, Monday through. Actually, you know what? Let me just confirm that. I don't want to misspeak. But we do at all times, you can always reach out to the support at remotelock.com email 24/7, and that will automatically create a support ticket to be on the desk of our first support team member available.
Okay. And you'll follow up just to confirm
Yeah.
your hours there. Okay. What about training for remote lock? Do you provide training for hotel staff? Is that a phone call or an email or knowledge base? How does that work?
Training, well, when you are interested in remote lock, when you come to learn more, you'll get, a demo of the system, which could in some ways be a little bit of a training. But then we also have a lot of resources in our knowledge base that will point you towards learning more and some training manuals. If you needed more support, again, you could always reach out to our support, or we do have a professional services offering that I'm sure could, provide some additional details if that's of need.
Okay, good to know. All right, Corey has a couple questions here. If my other remote lock account is for another property and another PMS, would I need a new account, or would this be part of the same account? Can he have multiple properties, multiple PMSs on his one account?
Yeah, good question. So you'll just want to create this other property as another location within your remote lock account and just only map that location to the Easy Absolute PMS. So no, you don't need
Perfect.
another account.
Good news. This one's for me. The lock can usually start with 1,000 codes in as long as it was sent. Gotcha. Thanks, Corey. Corey knows a bit about
Corey, thank you.
this. Yeah. Let's see, Anonymous. What in case of internet provider outage like in Mexico is common for us that internet providers shut down for 2 days. So he's asking, what does he do in the case of something like that in Mexico, where the outages are a little bit um, more often, maybe different than the USA? So imagine 2 days of being down, your locks, no
Um,
internet.
are you
So for
so
our product,
yeah, go ahead.
so for our cloud product, once again, you'll want to look into redundancy for your internet. If that includes mobile, then that's what you'll want to do. So you'll want to make sure that you have some sort of secondary connection, either through a hotspot on your cell line. I know personally businesses, hotels will have more than one internet provider if they're in an area that sees outages somewhat frequently. Just some ideas. But for our products, if it's cloud, then without the internet, it's you can't really do much. Again, hopefully you have an app on your phone and a mobile connection, but past that, clearly. And as far as the locks go, Jessica, if they lose internet for a couple of days, and your guests are checking in and checking out within 1 day period of your outage, and let's say they get their mobile phone, but what about the locks? How do the locks work?
Yeah, so as long as there was internet connection at one point when this code was generated, it will still be on the lock. And so like it'll
For
be,
however long?
yeah, until it's connected again and like another code
Perfect.
takes its place.
Like 2 weeks from now, same code, same thing, but it's not going to allow for, I mean, can you check in people without the internet as far as with the locks? Is there line upon our system to do that? So yeah, the answer is yes, but you're going to need to have internet.
Yeah, but also
Um,
hopefully like by the 2 week mark, you um maybe have a chance to go to the device itself and maybe um, program in like an algorithmic credential, just because at that point, 2 weeks with one code, that may become a little bit of a security problem, you know.
it's true. Yes.
From there,
So
you could
that's
then kick in an offline credential
so these are kind of questions you want to ask the support team, I imagine, so they can get you ready, help you with
for sure.
it. Let's see here. How are you going to get
I
mobile
answered,
connection when provided?
sorry, go
Go ahead.
ahead.
That's a great question, Anonymous. And you can, if you'd like, we can chat about that afterwards. Hamza has a question. How does Remote Lock support franchise owners who operate under strict brand technology requirements?
Good question. You let us know what those strict brand technology requirements are. And, assuming it's a device brand that we work with, there we go. We can totally work with you on that. Otherwise, if for any reason we need to help you sell it to your, franchise owner or anything of the sorts, we can definitely team up and help you out with that.
Perfect. Those are the questions in the queue, and I think we've answered them all. If not, go ahead and push your enter button after you write some words to us.
Oh, you know
Otherwise,
what? Actually, cool. Sorry to cut you off there, John. Corey just added in
yeah,
another really great comment.
great.
Thanks,
Go for it.
Corey. I'm going to reach out to you after this. Let's talk. But he said another benefit of RemoteLock is the ability to pre-program those backup codes. So yeah, if for any reason you do lose power, you can have a couple codes on there just to fall back on, that you can share with a guest or whatnot. So just wanted to call that out.
Perfect.
Sorry, John, didn't
Please
mean to
don't.
cut you off.
No, no, no. All good. Okay. I think that is the end of our queue. Oh, hold on. Rinkesh, thank you. Another question here. Does the integration support real-time automated updates for check-in, check-out, and room changes? Yes, that's what Absolute will communicate to guest log. So it's part of that
Yes,
integration, real time.
exactly. Yep.
The only delay might be if your internet is slow. Other than that, yeah, real time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, that comes. Oh, Rinkesh, you are awesome. What happens if the PMS or lock system goes offline? Is there a way backup way to grant or revoke access? If the internet's down, can you manually make any changes to that code or to lock them out or anything like that? Or
So you could you would have to be at the actual lock itself to do some sort of algorithmic credential and offline credential. But as we just spoke towards Corey's comment about You can all automatically program some backup codes on there. So just in case that does happen, you have something to fall back on.
Right. Okay. Thank you. All right. I think that's it, guys. We appreciate you joining us today on our webinar for Yanolja Cloud Solution and RemoteLock. And of course, further questions, uh, shoot us an email, give us a call. You guys probably know how to find us.
Yes.
Jessica, thank you for joining us today as well. We appreciate it. And
Thank you.
I guess, yeah, great. Until next time, y'all have a great day.
Yeah. Until next time. Thanks so much. Please reach out. We're excited to help. Have
Perfect.
a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Bye.